We have extremism in Denmark, not many, but a few. And these extremists, they create fear in the Danish population. And so we need to address the fear and tell the Danish population that it's not so that all Muslims are extremists. It's only a tiny minority, and most Muslims they want to cooperate to develop democratic, open societies.
I don't think that Muslims are really threatening the stability in Denmark. But of course there are problems in some of the Muslim communities with criminality, but also radicalization. And I think that of course we should address that and do something about it, but that is not a problem with Islam, or it's not a problem with moderate Muslims. They know they are a minority, and they know that the majority have special rights and a special position. But they just want to be respected, and they just want to have the right to exist.
I think between the youth it's easier because they were born in Denmark and they've gone to school in Denmark. So obviously it's easier for them to feel part of the society. But I think there's sometimes they don't feel part of the society, maybe because of they look different. Sometimes it's because of that, sometimes it's because of their religion. So they haven't found out exactly how to practice their religion in a Danish society.
الله أكبر الله أكبر سجود الله أكبر.
What is that makes Danes afraid? I don't think that it's only about Islam. I think it's also about having a religion. That is making people afraid. Being religious is really not a common thing in Denmark anymore. So people coming with another religion are not only challenged by a society who doesn't know this religion, they're also challenged by a society who doesn't know about being religious.
In Lebanon, Christians and Muslims have been living together for 1,000 years. In Denmark, it is a new situation. Only for a couple of generations we've had Muslims in Denmark.
But the question is, how do we address that fear? Is there some room? Is there spaces where we can talk about this fear? One of the key challenges, as I see it, is that we don't have those spaces. We don't have those rooms and those alliances where we can talk about things which are critical.
We have a center here for refugees and immigrants, a place where most of the people who are coming here are with Muslim background. So we said it's very important that we have a place where people can meet and that the Muslims feel welcome here, and we think it's the church's job to make a nice place for minority groups. People kind of think we are their second family. So I'm like a mother for many. Here we try to say that people should have good citizenship here in Denmark, and we also have big challenges that we see that many of our immigrants and people with foreign backgrounds are those who are the poorest in our society.
obviously it's part of our religion that we have to be a part of the country that we're living in, and even the local community that we're living in. So that's one of our Islamic duties. And especially in the Danish department, with the youth, we're trying to give them this thought that we are part of the Danish society and like any other person in the Danish society, and we have our Islamic values also. So to be a good Muslim and also a Danish citizen.
Actually, I don't think right now that the problems in Denmark is about the law. I think our law is just fine, and we have religious freedom in Denmark. But we have some problems with some groups in the Danish society talking very badly about Muslims, and almost says that a lot of problems in the Danish society is because of Muslim refugees and so on. And that's a problem, but I don't think that the law in Denmark is a problem.
We think that we are very tolerant. We think that we are very focused on freedoms, but the case is that we're not used to apply these things to people who are not like us. And that is challenging us, and it is challenging our own identity and our own narrative of ourselves.
I believe that we are living in turbulent times, and turbulent times require radical steps. There is hope, but at the local level, at the grassroots level, I see that there are movements to engage with people of different faiths and cultures. The question is how we do it, and how can we prevent the public discourse, the media discourse and rhetoric from reaching down to the grassroots level.
I hope very much that we will stay strong to religious freedom in Denmark, as we have done also in the past. I hope that we will do that also in the future.
It's so important that we see each other and meet each other. I also think that it's very important for Muslims and for immigrants that they meet some people who look them into their eyes, and that their eyes can speak together.